What's going on with it, YouTube family? Okay. Thank y'all for checking back in, man, to another episode here, Israelite Talk TV. Hey, Stephen, we start now. Okay. So we getting ready to get into this Kobe Bryant special, remembering Kobe. We're gonna go over some things. Y'all see the title, we're gonna touch on a lot of these different things. But we're gonna let a few more people get into the building. Make sure y'all share this live. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Um, and share this link. We're getting ready to get into it. Also, if y'all on Instagram, go to Israelite Talk TV and subscribe to the subscribe to my YouTube. I mean, not my YouTube, but my Instagram. Okay. What else? What else? I like this little music right here. Kind of dope. So how everybody doing today? Let me know where y'all checking in from. I'm checking in from Illinois. Hey, listen, let me know how the weather is where y'all checking in from. It's this is something else that I want to kind of talk about. If y'all want me to talk about it, let me know. But the weather, man, the weather, they are manipulating this weather, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never seen this weather like this. You know what I mean? So man, y'all let me know, man, if y'all want to talk about these weather wars, man. So anyway, let's go and get into it. Like I said, I wanted to just take a few minutes out to kind of talk about Kobe Bryant. We know that he passed today, back in 2020. So we just want to remember his legacy, the things that he stood for, the things that he did. The first thing that I want to do before I get into talking about this stuff about his death is I want to talk about some of his accomplishments. We know he was a one of the best NBA players to play this game, but he also had made some pretty good investments, right? So as I said, if you guys haven't saw the video that I did on the Kobe Bryant case, breaking it all the way down with the receipts, I'm not going to be going all the way into receipts today because I got the video basically on this, but he invested $6 million into body armor back in 2014. So the body armor that you guys see at the gas stations and the stores and stuff, he was had an investment in that. And they're telling us that back in 2021, Coca-Cola actually bought body armor, for like $5.6 billion. And he ended up walking away with they believe about 800 million in that deal. So we gotta get kudos to the big homie for that, man. Okay, we got Cali in the building. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Shout out to Cali. Man, we got Jersey in the building. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to that East Coast. That's what's up. So yeah, he was into some he also had invested into his own capital venture firm, Bryant Stuyville, if I'm saying that correct, and company, where he invested in companies like Scopely, LegalZoom. Believe he had his own publishing company too. We know he put a book out and stuff. So here was a man that put in some good made some good investments during his time in the NBA. That's another reason what made Kobe great. He wasn't just a person who came into the game and just played and then just spent all his money on, all this unnecessary stuff. He actually invested, and his family is good right now. His network is over $1 billion of everything that as far as what he's worth. So he made some pretty good investments. But I want to kind of just get into it, about his murder, man. And I'm gonna say allegedly, but I think the proof is in the pudding. The man was taken out. The helicopter company in which Kobe Bryant was flying with settled the lawsuit or civil suit with Vanessa Bryant. Now, the thing with that is that they didn't disclose how much they settled for. Okay. So I'm curious on how much she actually got paid for his death, from that company, because they did settle out. But what they did though, right, family? Okay, and I want you guys to listen to this. They countered sued the government. Okay, they countered sued the government because they said that what's the name of the what is it, the FCC, the federal, or what is it, the aviation, the FCA or FAC or whatever that is. He sued the helicopter people, sued them because they said that the tower was at fault for his death, because they made the pilot seem like they were with him and they was trailing him and giving him directions, but they basically directed him into the mountain, is what they're basically alleging. Now, I haven't heard what's going on with that case, but what the government try to do is the people, the people that was involved with the towers that was supposed to be transferring them from one tower to another tower, and kind of, directing the pilot. The government tried to replace them in the suit and enter themselves into the as into the suit, like basically that it wasn't their fault. And then they try to have that case moved out of the court in which the helicopter people sued them at. Okay. And so then they would go on to try to move it to another court, but it looked like the federal judge that was proceeding over that case would not let the government do it. So yeah, man, it's some slick stuff that's going on. So it seems like the helicopter people got Vanessa Bryant out the way. And if anybody have any information on that, I'm kind of following it. Send that to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I would like to know what the judgment is going to be in that case with the government. They're keeping that quiet, but I think that's something that we got to keep an eye on, And if you out there in Cali, hey man, check in with me. My email is always down in the description box. Man, hit me up, send me that info. But yeah, the helicopter people sued the government and said that they were at fault for the death, because they were directing the pilot, and they basically directed them into the mountains. What the helicopter company is allegedly saying, right? So that means so now this is what I want you guys to understand now. If this is the case, right, and this is what happened, then this tells you how deep this rabbit hole goes, in its depth. Because and it's not a hard thing to understand, right? Because the whole thing that got Kobe Bryant booked, in my opinion, okay, is that the doctors that's making this fentanyl, right? The doctors that's making the fentanyl, right? Now check this out, right? The doctors that's making the fentanyl, right? This John Kapoor, right? Which they said he was responsible for a lot of the fentanyl that was that was moving through this nation, right? He when Kobe Bryant sued them over his name, because see, Kobe Bryant knew the one lady that had died from taking some of their supplements. This is why you guys got to pay attention when you go to these stores and you're buying these supplements, because you never know what is in these supplements. You want to always make sure that you're getting organic products. You got to be reading that label to see what's in those dietary tablets, because they be laced with a lot of different things that you don't know and understand. And if you're not careful, it could take you out, just like it took out the one lady who that took some of his supplications and died. They say this doctor was responsible for over 100,000 people dying, and this guy only got 5 years in the federal penitentiary. And then he started the case. He started his time late because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? So he got a 5-year sentence, paid this money, and then only got he gets out next year. You know what I'm saying? Gets out next year. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that, man, this stuff is rigged, man. Like Those doctors are licensed drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? They work for the government. Long as the gut like, and you got to think about it. They always looking at it like, well, who is Kobe Bryant? Yeah, we know he's a big basketball star, but who was he compared to this doctor? This guy that's making this fentanyl, that's responsible for putting this stuff out here, getting people hooked on it so that they can keep coming back to the doctor to get the to get that medication. Okay. Do you guys know that America is let me just pull it up real quick. We ain't doing nothing. We just burning up a little time. America is leading in cancer, right? Check this out, right? Check this out right here. Number one country in the world with cancer. Let's see here. What is the let me see what they saying on here. What are they saying here? The highest cancer rate for men and women combined was in Denmark. Let me get up out of here. And I just want to verify this. Okay, so they says cancer continues to be the second most common cause of death in the US after heart disease. So and the reason why and the reason why I'm touching on this, right, is because uh let me see cancer statistics. Let me look at this real quick. The reason why I'm touching on this is because the medical field is big business, right? And what you guys got to understand, the reason why it's a whole lot of cancer, why cancer is so high here in this nation is because they have a lot of genetic made food, GMOs, genetic GMOs. Okay. So because they're making a bunch of fake food, you know what I'm saying, and they mass producing this stuff, people catch cancer faster at a faster rate here because the food and stuff is fake. A lot of the stuff y'all see on TV is fake food, and they have and they're mass producing this stuff at high numbers. So essentially, you're eating bad food and it's messing you up. But at the same time, the hospitals is big business. Okay. So when Kobe Bryant went to go sue this doctor, right, over the name of at first it started over the name, right? Because they were trying to use his name to put it on his dietary supplement, right? But he already knew that it was people that died that from that pill. Okay. This lady, let me pull her up real quick, right? Sarah Fuller. Okay, Sarah Fuller. Now, this woman was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, if I'm saying that right, and back pain by this John Kapoor, and he got her hooked on fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? So this is why you have to be careful when you go into these hospitals and you're getting medication, because the thing with these doctors is they want you hooked on these pills. Okay, they want you hooked on the medication because that means you're going to keep coming back to them. Okay, they use it's the same principles that's used in the streets. They want you hooked on this stuff so that you can keep coming back to them. Okay. Uh, so this is what was going on. So when Kobe Bryant sued them, okay, over the name, he volunteered the information and said that this company was basically getting people hooked on this fentanyl, and that, all of this illegal stuff was going on. Now listen to this. They already had whistleblowers that had already told on this doctor, but they just swept the stuff under the rug because they were getting rich. Okay? They just swept it under the rug because they were getting rich. Okay? See? Also, this guy, check this out, right? This guy also was down because he was down in Arizona, right? He was down in Arizona, right? Let me get back on here. Let me pull up his profile real quick, man. So you guys got to know about this, because these are the things that the media is not going to tell you, But this guy right here, right? This John Kapoor guy. Now think about this. This guy has a company, Incest Therapeutics. Incest Therapeutics. This sounds cuckoo. Incest Therapeutics, okay? Which they made the liquid form of fentanyl, But anyway, this guy was down in Chandler, Arizona, okay? And he was also involved down there with things that was going on with the governor and the government, right? He tried to listen to this, family. Listen to this, right? Check this out, right? Check this out right here, right? Let me get this added to the screen so you guys can see this, right? Check this out, right? Let me do this right here. Check this out right here, family. I want you guys to check this out, right? Let's go right here. Boom. Hey, now family, now check this out right here, right? In 2016, right? Check this out, right? In 2016, this man's company, right, Incest, donated $500,000 to Arizona for responsible drug policy, a group opposing a marijuana legalization ballot initiative in the state of Arizona. Investor filings confirmed the company was concerned about the impact of legalization on sales for a cannabis-based drug it was developing. Now, check this out. The reason publicly given for opposing the measure was to protect children. So they always use children. Oh, we're just trying to protect the children, when this man don't care nothing about children. He's creating fentanyl, killing people all throughout the United States. But they want to always, we're trying to protect the children. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what he says. However, medical marijuana advocates have criticized Incest's position as hypocritical, profit-driven, and an appeal to emotion, as the company actively developed its own cannabis-derived product. So what this dude is doing, right? They already done made fentanyl, right? Because he's a chemist. He's a chemist by trade, okay? They done made fentanyl already that's killing people, right? Now, in 2016, this guy's trying to develop and this stuff is synthetic, it's fake. They're trying to make this marijuana product, but they're trying to get it legalized. They're trying to slow them down before they do it so that they can get their product made. And the excuse that they would use it is that, we're trying to protect children. This is why we don't want to do it. But listen to this, right? It says in September 2016 statement. Hold on. In a September 2016 statement, JP Holyoke, if I'm saying his name correct, a representative from the pro-legalization campaign committee. It appears they are trying to kill a non-pharmaceutical market for marijuana in order to line their own pockets. So I'm saying, so they're trying to line their own pockets up. Let's get this stuff together before we legalize it, because they want to make sure when they legalize it, they're ready to go. But now listen to this right here, though, family. It says that same month, the opposition campaign this same guy, right? That's opposition, right? Listen what it says. That same month, the opposition campaign defended Incest involvement, stating, "We are grateful that Incest Therapeutics, an Arizona-based company, has chosen to join Governor Ducey The Arizona Association of County School Superintendents, the Arizona Small Business Association, the Arizona Hospital and Healthcare Association, the Arizona Catholic Conference of Bishops. Y'all following me? The Arizona Chamber of Commerce and several other community organizations in defeating Proposition 205 in November. The ballot measure eventually failed to pass, losing 51-48. Okay, so they got it done. So the point that I'm trying to make here, family, is that this guy was involved with the government and all of these different people, and is telling you that the opposition changed their position. So I wonder what happened. Somebody palms got greased. This is what happened. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that we got to understand with these type of people right here. So if they had enough power to have the opposition change their statement and get behind them, Kobe Bryant didn't stand a chance. You know, Kobe Bryant did not stand a chance. Okay. Okay, so this guy right here, now listen to this, right? All these people, now listen to this, family. This guy was arrested in Arizona on RICO charges, right? Wire fraud, conspiracy to violate the anti-kickback laws, right? Then in 2018, the CEO, Michael Bobich, agreed to plead guilty to one count of conspiracy and one count of mail fraud in connection to bribes paid to doctors and their assistants. Okay. So this ain't just some rinky dinky hole in the wall operation. This is a big dog operation. You know what I'm saying? And look, and Alec Burlack, a former vice president of self, it says agreed to pay the state of Arizona $9.5 million in a civil settlement with Attorney General Mark Bronovich for his role in the alleged bribery campaign to doctors to prescribe incest products to patients. You see what I'm saying? So so Burlock is required to pay the state $5.2 million from the proceeds he made from the operation. See, one of the things that I want you guys to understand about the government, right? The government don't care nothing about drugs, right? The reason why people are locked up for drugs is because they're not paying taxes on the drugs. So when you see drug dealers on the corner that's selling drugs, selling dope, they're not paying taxes to Uncle Sam. So this is why they come get them. But when you're paying taxes, it's okay. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? You look years back, oh, weed was a big thing. You're going to jail, da 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 da. Now it's just recreational. It means nothing. Is, you know what I'm saying? Long as the state make their money off of it, this is all they care about. You know what I'm saying? So this is why they said he's required to pay the state $5.2 million from the proceeds he made from the operation, as well as $4.3 million in civil penalties. And listen to this, family. As a part of the settlement, Burlapp agreed to testify against incest in ongoing litigations and will be permanently banned from advertising or selling pharmaceutical drugs in Arizona. See, white people, they snitch. They don't care. They not keeping those street rules. They ain't doing that. Listen, how much we got to pay you? Okay, we gonna cash you out on that. Boom, boom, boom. And then you need me to testify, I'll be there. What day I need to be there? You know, can I get out of jail yet? You know what I'm saying? They ain't following none of that stuff. Ain't nobody running around talking about ain't nobody running around talking about no Michael Burlock. He snitched, he told on people, he did this and that. Man, that man hurry up and cut a deal, man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, in all of this, on May 2nd, 2019, a federal jury found top executive of Incest Therapeutic guilty of racketeering charges, right? The jury, after deliberating for 15 days, issued a guilty verdict against the company's founder, the one-time billionaire John Kapoor. This dude is still a billionaire, man. Listen, man, a billionaire. And four former executives found that they had conspired to fuel sales of a highly potent drug substance by not only bribing doctors to prescribe it, the product, but also misleading insurers about patients. Man, these people was lying to insurance companies and all type of stuff, man. You know what I mean? Listen to this. A sentence hearing has not been scheduled, but is expected to take place in early August 2019. In 2019, Incest Therapeutics agreed to pay $225 million to settle the federal government's criminal and civil litigations into the company's marketing practice. In January 2020, this is the same. Listen, right before Kobe, a couple days before Kobe died. Listen, in January 2020, Kapoor was sentenced by a federal court to 5.5 years in prison. Come on, man. 5.5. Listen, out of all of this stuff that they did, all of the lies they done took and murdered, the government didn't care nothing about none of that. 5 years. Hey, listen, go and pay us our money, okay? Settle them lawsuits, and then, hey, you can get back to the streets, right? You know what I'm saying? And this guy right here is a foreigner. He's from India. He's not even from America. They didn't bar this man from America, kick him out of here. None. You know why? Because he's a chemist. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that sit in the lab and make these different drugs. You know what I'm saying? The different vaccines, all these different things. These are the people that make that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then listen, after he agreed to pay the 225 million, right? It says Incest filed for bankruptcy in Delaware bankruptcy court on June 10th, 2019. Andrew Long, the company CEO, claimed the company is struggling due to one, extensive litigation, and two, declining revenues related to its subset product. The bankruptcy filing came just 10 days after the company reached a settlement with the U.S. Justice Department. U.S. government agreed to accept the uninsured claim of $190 million in the case. There you have it. So do you see how deep this rabbit hole runs with this guy right here? This John Kapoor, this doctor, this chemist, okay? And this is being traded on the stock market. So these guys right here, man, are doctors, and there's nowhere in the world that Kobe Bryant was beating them, man. There's nowhere in the world, man. Listen to this right here, though. This is what I want you guys to understand right here, right? Check this out. Incest had a practice of paying doctors speaking fees to promote their product. So listen, so you guys got to understand this, because when you go into the doctor, right? This is what these people are doing, man. These doctors, you have to watch them, because they are paid to move product. Oh, well, yeah, we just get you with some of this and this and that to be good. And they smooth talkers. They smooth operators. And you thinking like, oh, yeah, the doctors, they this and that. But the doctors have to make money. See, do you guys understand that these doctors, when they come out of college, they're on death row. They've been in college for so long. They've run those doctor bills. I mean, not the doctor bills, but they have run their college bills so high, and they owe so much for going through that when they get into the field and actually start working, they're on death row. They got to pay that money back. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is how they make money. Whenever you go to the hospital and you buy this stuff, everybody's getting a cut. That's why whenever you go to the hospital, this person get a cut, this person get a cut, this person get a cut, this person get a cut. Okay? Is what you guys got to understand. They hustling, legally hustling. You know what I mean? Listen to this. They had set up an incest reimbursement center in which incest workers would call insurers on behalf of the doctor's office to get them to authorize payments to subsets. Okay. Fentanyl, they moving fentanyl. They done set up a whole fake private, you know what I'm saying? And this drug, listen, even though subsets was only supposed to be for cancer-related patients, the workers would mislead insurers into paying for it. In 2012, a sales rep for incest filed a whistleblower lawsuit against the company. Listen, family, listen to this. The whistleblower lawsuit against the company, he gathered listen, this dude had documents, emails, and even audio recordings to bolster his case, yet the government declined to intervene. So what is this telling you, family? Does it sound like our brother Kobe Bryant really had a chance against the pharmaceutical companies? No. There's no way in the world that he had a chance. Listen, if a whistleblower, listen, a sales rep for incest filed a whistleblower. So this was somebody that worked for the company that told on them. Okay, if they told on them and the government didn't intervene, what is this telling you about the government? Is the government really in this thing for your best interest? You know what I'm saying? No, they weren't trying to hear nothing. The only reason why they moved on them is because Kobe Bryant put that information in his lawsuit because he didn't want his name tied to none of that stuff. You know, and then listen, in March 2013, company had its IPO. The public paid no attention to the lawsuit and accusations, and the company was the best performing IPO that year. So, do you guys see why the government didn't intervene in that? Because if they would have intervened in that, right, and took them down, that would have been money all down the drain. Now, do you think they're going to risk that for just a whistleblower? Just a, you know what I'm saying? You think they ain't trying to hear that? It was too much money to be made. And then listen, in 2016, the company ranked number 52 on the Deloitte Fast 500 North America list. So they was at 52 within a 3-year span. And you know that the government is getting their cut off of that drug. You know what I'm saying? So what is this telling you? What is it telling you? Kobe can't win in a situation like this, man. There's no way. But you got to understand when he filed his lawsuit and he put that information in there, that's on court file. The judge has to do something. They can't just say, oh, we got this information and we're not doing none, because at this point it's in the lawsuit. And people can say, well, y'all been, when Kobe filed his lawsuit, this information was in there. Why didn't y'all act on it? So they had to act on it. And Kobe was getting ready to enter into a settlement with them. And then he got erased. He got deleted. You see what I'm saying? Okay. He got deleted is what happened. Right? Okay. Let me see. When did he? Okay, let's do this right here. When did John Kapoor get sentenced? So he got sentenced, family. Now look at this. He got sentenced just 3 days before Kobe died. See, on May 2nd, 2019, Kapoor was convicted of engaging in a racketeering conspiracy to increase profits of his company, opiate painkiller Subsets. On January 23rd, 2020, he was only sentenced to 5 years in prison. And listen, and described as a former billionaire. Who cares about that? And listen, the federal prosecutors asked for 15 years. Think about this. The federal prosecutor asked for 15 years. Okay. 15 years, right? 15 years, right? 15 years, right? 15 years, right? After he done murdered people and did all type of stuff, 15 years, right? Is what they asked for, right? Check this out. The scientifically unjustable 101 ratio mean that people face longer sentence. Okay, yeah, that's before they, let me see. Crack is also a drug. Listen, crack is also the only drug that carries a mandatory prison sentence for first offense possession. A person convicted in the federal court of possession of 5 grams of crack automatically receives a 5-year term. So you're talking about a 5-year term for 5 grams of crack, cocaine, and this dude is over here manufacturing fentanyl, okay, making this stuff in the lab, bribing doctors to sell it, you know what I'm saying? And and he only got 5 years. 5 years. And the federal prosecutor only asked for wanted 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Family, where's the justice at in that? How is that justified? How is that justified? Right? Now check this out, right? Then they also used, listen, family, they also used Kendrick Lamar. Listen, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and ASAP Rocky co-written, okay, was paranoid by the incest sales executive in their scheme to market fentanyl to doctors who prescribed it to patients who didn't need it. It doesn't help Lamar to be associated with this, with him rapping that he doesn't use crack, he sell it. So do you see how even our entertainers are selling out, family? Even our entertainers are selling out for that, what they call the almighty dollar. Okay. So it's important that, man, we remember Kobe, man, for what he did, man, because he didn't have to put that into his lawsuit about, what was going on in the streets, but he cared enough about it that he didn't want his name to be dirtied up, you know what I mean, and what they had going on, because that's how much he cared about his name, and it's something that we gotta take note of, man, So at the end of the day, my thoughts on this whole case is that the man was taken out because of what he did. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, and and let's send a, the other people, because it was other people that died in that accident too. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, but at the end of the day, family, this is what it is, man. The man, in my humble opinion, was taken out because he exposed them. He didn't have to tell on them, man. But at the same time, he just didn't want to be involved in this stuff, man. And this dude right here, this John Kapoor, man. I mean, just came to the United States and just ruined people's lives by making this stuff. And this is what I want you guys to understand. A lot of this stuff going to be coming out, when you hear about the plagues and all of this stuff, they're making this stuff in the labs. They have people like the John Kapoors that sit in the lab, these chemists that make this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, I wanted to just kind of go over this, man. Let's remember the big homie. You know, let me see here. As always, man, I'm gonna jump the link in here. If anybody want to jump on, the link is in the description box. Man, what's up? Bravery and integrity is doing in these. Yeah. Peggy says 40% of the food in stores is not even recognized as food. Exactly. See, and let's just kind of go back to that a little bit, right? See, what people got to understand is that they're using the art of illusion in order to trick you and also trick the body. But one thing that it cannot do is it cannot trick the body, because the body is designed by the honorable. You know what I'm saying? So they can't deceive the body. They can deceive you and deceive the tongue. You know what I'm saying? But the body already knows. So when you go to a restaurant or whatever the case may be, they have mastered the art, okay, They have mastered the art of tweaking these different chemicals in order to adjust so that your taste buds adjust to certain tastes. And then what they do is that when you eat that food, once it goes down into your body, it understands that this is not really food. You know what I mean? And so this is what's causing the cancer, all of these chemicals and all of this stuff that's in the food. This is why GMOs are not good for you. You know, it's not good for you. You know, uh Peggy said, I think the so-called dead celebs are all in the dungeon somewhere. Man, that's gonna be crazy if something like that ever popped up or came out about some of these people that we believe is gone. Let me ask you guys something, right? Why is it that in today's time that we live in, right? Why is it that people cannot just be recognized for their talents? Meaning that when you look at some place like Hollywood, for an example, right? Why is it that you have all this wickedness that's going on out in Hollywood, all this witchcraft and sorcery? Like, why do people have to sell their souls just to enter into these different arenas? When I was young growing up and I would look at some of the celebrities and things like that, you'd be like, man, I want to be rich. I want to be famous. I want to be this and that. But the older I get and the more that I look at the world and the things that go on at the top, you don't even want to be there because it's like you have to sacrifice so much in order to attain a lot of this different stuff. It's not like, okay, well, you got talent, you can act this and that. Hey, come on in and we're gonna give you a job. No, you gotta sacrifice, you gotta do something, you gotta commit some type of lewd act, you have to sacrifice somebody, you gotta do something in order to enter into these different arenas. They have to have some, and my thoughts is that they gotta have some type of dirt on you because they do not want you exposing their secrets. Okay. So if they have dirt on you, this is a way to keep you silent while they continue to do all of this evil and wickedness, man. You know, this is what's going on out here in Hollywood and things, and even in the rap industry, in all of these industries, you have stuff that go on at the top. Don't you know that that sometimes when these people go to these parties and stuff, that they have to sign different disclosures and stuff saying that they're not going to speak on the different things that's going on. Do you guys remember the rap letter that who was it, Crazy Bone spoke about how and I believe it was Bone Thugs and Harmony, if I'm not mistaken. They spoke about the rap letter, how they were out in LA and they went to this event where they was speaking about trying to, change the rap industry and stuff like this. Um they spoke about how when they went into this meeting, they had to all sign these different disclosures saying that they would not speak on the stuff that was being spoke on in that particular meeting. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I'm curious about, right? Let me see something real quick. Let me see. Because I'm curious about I know Crazy Bone them had like a little podcast that they were doing. So I'm wondering if they were still around or doing that, because you got to understand that uh I can't find it. If somebody got the link, send that to me, man. But I know that Bone Thugs and Harmony, they had some type of podcast or blogs and stuff that they were doing, but I don't even see them on anymore. So I'm curious if they were kind of forced to kind of shut down and kind of change direction after exposing that. But at any rate, the whole point that I'm trying to make is that you have this type of stuff going on in Hollywood. And so when you go into Hollywood and you're going to a lot of these different parties, you have to keep silent out there, because those people will take you out if you start talking, you know. And all of these, and all of those people are in pocket, from the police department to the governors, the mayor. All of these people are involved because these politicians get their pockets lined. You see, so they have to cut deals under the table in order to be financially stable. This is what you guys got to understand. It's the same thing with the police and all of this stuff. The police make a short amount of money, okay? And this will cause certain police officers to enter into certain things because they know that they're not really making a whole lot of money like that. So they make their money off of doing the dirt, you know? And this is why I was on the stuff down here hard in Houston. And this corruption is all over. You know what I'm saying? Especially up here. It's corruption all over. But see, the thing that you got to understand is that we have to all start getting on the same course, that way that we can start changing some of this stuff that's going on, man. Real talk. You know what I mean? So yeah. So at the end of the day, man, let me see. So yeah, man. I hope everybody good, man. And I'm gonna go on sign up off of here. If ain't nobody else got anything that they want to add to the discussion, also, man, y'all hit me up and let me know, man. What type of discussions y'all want me to touch on, man? Because there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I'm watching the weather stuff. I still haven't done this thing on Usain Bolt yet because I'm waiting on to see what's going to come of this woman that they said made the confession, right? Jean, what's her name? I forget her name, but I'm waiting to see what's going on with that, and then I'm going to report on that because the thing that you got to understand whenever it comes down to this money is that the Europeans do not want blacks getting that money, okay, getting that money and building up, the black communities because they fear a revolt, because of the stuff that they've done to our ancestors over the years, So that's going to always be a problem, man. So at the end of the day, man, this is pretty much it on Kobe, man. Long live the great, man. And condolences once again goes out to the family, man. And man, loss of great. And y'all stay safe out there, man. And I'm signing off here, Israelite Talk TV.